Radio guys, welcome back. Today we're going to look at a 2015 sewing machine. So we've got the side view and the front view to set up here. So we're going to start it, keep it low on the page, and let's get going. So all our heights are given over here. That isometric circle there is the only curve which is not so, oh no, and there's a quarter circle here as well. So let's get started. So this is going to be 30, 60, 70, 80 wide, and the height is 20, 30, 50, 70, 90, 100. Okay, so it's going to be 80 by 100 high. So grab a 30-degree set square. So I'm going to put my corner of the room down here. I'll just keep those pretty light. And I'm going to grab a 45. So to get our 15-degree slope. So here's our 15-degree slope down the ways. Just switch these around. Okay, so I want 80 wide. So that goes 10, 30, 30, 10. Okay, so there's our bottom line here at 15 degrees down, and this is 15 degrees slope, so I want 100 high on these. And I'm going to just mark those heights as well as I go. So there was, I'm taking those heights from the other view now, but it was 2010, 25, sorry, 2010 and 20. And then 25 and 25. Okay, so that top one there is the very top. So I just rectangle that off. So that's the very top. And I'm going to mark the center of that. So I'll just zoom in on this view for the time being. So I'll just mark that there. The center of that is here. And it goes 20 to the left, 20 to the right. And that slopes outwards and down. So the right hand side comes up 20 here. And along the base there then, I'll just bring these lines up. So I'm going to need that. And this one, which are in 10. So here's my base. So we know that step comes in 10, and then it goes straight up for a distance of 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is an important point here, where it goes up 20, 30, 40, 50, and that heavy line here tells you that that's where it starts to slope in the ways. So that's up 50. I'm going to just measure that up 50 here, and that's where it begins to slope. There's our step here. Now we've got a dotted line running along here for the platform, and there's another dotted line up 10. Now here's our slope up to the top. Here's our slope from the other side. Now, the circle, let's have a look at the circle here now. So the center of that circle is up 20, 30, 50, 75. So the center of that circle is up 75 and its radius 20. So we know it's on that center line, and I'd already marked 75 up, which is here. So I'll just mark a radius here of 20. Now you're better off to just mark your radius, don't mark off of the set square, it's not accurate. Okay, so there's our circle. Now what are we missing? We're missing, there's a slope over here at the front, and what it's telling us here is that it's sloping back in over here. So the 20, 30, 50, it's up 50 here is the slope back in over there. That's sloping in the way, so that's not vertical. So I'll put that on next. So we know it's the same width as the top, so I'll just project these down light. And they are level with where it begins to slope in here. So this point and that point and then that slopes back up to here. Level with the center and slopes back up here. I need to project that out. So level with the center. Okay. So that level line here is this part out of the front there. So that's our side view done. Let's get on to drawing the front view here now. So 10, so we've got 35, 45, 45 is 90, 135, 145. So the whole thing is 145. Okay, so just set up our slope out here. So 145. Now I might go off the sheet here with this, but that's okay. So our heights again 20, 10, 20, 25, 25. So 20, 10, 20, 25, and 25. So those are our key heights. So I'll just take them across there because we're going to be using them. Now, let's get some widths on this next. So we've got 10, 35, 45, 45, 10. So 10, 35, then 45, 45, and 10. Okay. So again, I'll just square, or I'll just project some of these down here. Okay, now the first 10 there is for where the end of it is not, so the top of it doesn't stick out as far as the bottom. I'll just show you what I mean there by that. So the top of it doesn't go straight over the end of the base at all, it's stepped in 10. So and I'm going to start heavying in here now. I'll heavy in the base and the top and we'll see it taking shape then. So here's our end, here's the end of the main body. And I'll just heavy in the base, which runs all the way over. Now, I'm going to put in up here next a cylinder above here, which is radius 20, remember. So an easy enough way of doing this is if you still have your compass set, I can just mark up and down 20. So I'll bring those out. And I'll just heavy that in. Now I'll stick a few colours on these when we're drawing, just to help people to sort of see the different parts. So there's our cylinder. So let's finish off here now. We've got to finish off the rest of the body there now. So this quarter circle, I'm going to deal with that next. So the center is, we marked on top 10, 35, 45. So it's 20 to the left of that. So I'm going to come over there 20 and draw that quarter circle. Or in other words, so just to explain again there, just to make sure the people are with me, that's in 35 and then it's 45 and back 20. So this is heavy into here and comes up and then this is over 45, so I'm coming back 20 and I want to draw a quarter circle here then. So I'll just heavy this much off now. So that comes back down to the ground here. And we've got our heavy line running over here. Now, so what remains there now is just up and across there for this surface here and that surface there. And I've got a dotted line running over here then as well. Okay, so I'm going to just put a few, I'll pause that now and stick a few colours on this. Okay, so I just put a colour on that there. So what I'm going to do there now is I'm going to find the centre for that cylinder down here. So I'm going to project down the outside surface. So the center of the outside surface is down here and down from here. So there is the center. I'll just mark it with a C to help you see it. And I'm going to put this vertical line here and I'm going to bring down the top. I'll mark T for top and B for bottom. So I'll project them down. So here's the bottom, there's the top. So that's the start of our circle. Now what I will do then is I'll get a colour, red bar right here. Okay, I'm going to go with green and I'm going to just colour in here this green line. On the diameter, and I'm going to project down there now. So the left end of that is here, the right end of that is there. So this is our green diameter line, And what I'm going to do there now is, now you must make sure there that you're going parallel to the sides, which is vertical. Okay, so make certain now you're parallel to the sides. I'm going to pick some random lines on this. Okay, so I've broken that up there, and I've now got 2, 4, 6, 8. Now the first thing I want is where they are on the center line. Where are they on the diameter? Now I'm not going to bombard this with lines. I'm just marking center line, center line. Where's that on the diameter line there? And here. Okay, so I've marked them. I'm going to put on some verticals down here now, light. And I've now got, I hope we can see them. Are they coming out? Hopefully these are coming out clearly on the camera there. So I now want the bottom and top of the first one, then bottom and top of the second one. So that's half my curve. And then same thing again, the next one over, bottom and top, bottom and top, and there's the end. So I'll finish off my curve here. So there's the outside of this cylinder, and I know from the top of it that this is how far in the top of it goes. So if I was to project that down, that's a point here. That's the inside point. So I'll just zoom in on this for a second here now so you can see. Hopefully I'll remember to zoom back out. So I'm going to just take some random lines here now from anywhere at all. But the very bottom one here is important to get. And the very top one, the tangent to the curve kind of. So next I'm going to get my compass, measure the thickness of the one point that I know. And I'm going to mark that distance back on all of them. So just a little tiny dot. And I'll be having in these lines at the end. And drawing the inside of the curve here then along. So there's our cylinder. Just zoom back out again. And I'm going to drive on there now with the base. So on the ground, here is the end. So that is sort of what it's called the near corner, and that's going to be running over there as far as here. So I'm going to heavy that in along the ground now, and that's running along the ground as far as there. So I'll heavy these two lines in, and once you get the first couple of these lines sorted out, it all starts to come together. So this goes vertically up as far as here, and that there is the outside edge of our figure, and that there. Now it comes in then, but we can't put measurements. You cannot measure on the axonometric because it reduces the scale, the size of it down, so you cannot use measurements. You've got to go with projections to get all your sizes. So that's my step in 10, and from over here is my step in 10, so I can heavy those in. Now next it goes vertically up from the N10. Okay, now it's going to be hidden behind the, it might be hidden behind the button, we'll see. So it goes vertically up to here. Or I could have brought it down from there. Either one, it doesn't matter. So there's the vertical part. So I'll heavy those in again so you can see them clearly. Vertical to there. Now, then it slopes in the ways up to the top. So I'm going to bring down these top points next. I'll just put them a small bit heavier in the hope that you can see them. So that's one point. Here's the other end. And that's the slope in along the top here. And sloping back out. So this is going to be hidden here for a little bit of this. So there's the end shape on this. Now I'm going to find this surface running all the ways along here, that horizontal surface next, and then we'll deal with the slope and stuff, but the horizontal surface next. So that's running along there, along here, and down from this one. Remember now it was in 10 from the end. So that is going from there to here. So there's our horizontal top. Now this is sloping down at an angle. Okay, so we gotta, now I'm going to use, so it slopes out the ways first. So I'm going to find this end down here now. I could bring it from there or here. So that's sloping out. Now be careful, it's this point here that we're bringing down. So that's sloping out the ways as far as there, and then it continues on in then as far as here. No, sorry, it comes in further, but I'm going to need that point because that's where it slopes in the way, the underneath surface. Okay, so I need that point, but it comes in all the ways, it comes in further as far as here. Okay, so I'll heavy that in, but I will need this point in a second. So there's that slope coming into here. So now it continues on down further as far as there's the top of the vertical coming in here, and I want that point there. So this is our slope going out the ways. That's horizontal. Now along the ground, I'll just show you there now. So this step in 10 here is coming in as far as there. So that step in 10 comes in as far as here. So if I just take a parallel line, which I've put in green, I'll take two of them. So parallel to the ground, take them out here to this edge. Now if I bring them down, we know where those are, here and there. So if I take them back in again parallel to the ground, I'll put them in, no, I'll colour them in afterwards. This is the green line. Sorry there guys, just my memory thing was full there and it just stopped recording, so I hope we didn't miss out on anything. But what I had just done there was drawn that vertical line up here, then did the green lines in for the curves, just put in that little bit of a line that you see there. So what needs to be done now to finish it is we just want that sloping surface coming down here and in here. That's all that remains. So so I'm going to project down this point and this point here, which is the inside of that slope back in. So I was talking about how important it was to have that dotted line earlier on. So that's giving us the slope back in. Remember now, that's not a vertical surface, that's sloping back in the ways, and it comes in as far as here. And back up then to there. Now that point came from here, I had marked earlier on. So that surface there, and finally then you could miss out on this easily. You're going to see a little bit of that surface going back over there. So we're going to put a small bit of gold on that surface there, just so people can see where it's coming from. And very importantly, that is this surface coming down here. So it's got dotted lines there because we can't see it looking in from back here, but that surface is important. So now I'm going to see the rest of the base going in there and disappearing, and I don't think you can see any of the top of the base. No, you can't. So what remains there now, I will heavy in the horizontal plane here, the vertical plane the line of intersection. So that would be my left plane. This would be my right plane. Coming down to here. And here's my horizontal plane there. So that's a good question. There's a nice bit of learning and understanding in that, and just double checking. Oh, whoa! Don't want to forget this line. Okay, so it's always just pays to give a look back over there and make sure. Hopefully we're not forgetting anything else there. Now I think that's it. So best of luck with that, guys. Enjoy that. See you later.